Step 6 is optional because with the reverse step up, we train the top range, and with the ATG split squat, we train the bottom range. Notice the ATG split squat at the midpoint, there's no load. But now when we get into the step 6 stuff, this is less resistance because we're resting. Boom, the most resistance is at that midpoint. So working on a 100 reps, just staying as straight as you can. And look, you can rest, just don't come off the board. So you see there's a lot of levels of ability just within that 100 reps on the board. Can you go straight through it? Do you take breaks? And so on. Then a lot more results can be made. You want to turn your toes slightly out because now that we don't have something to elevate, our toes curve like that. So it will feel more natural to have the toes slightly out. And now we're mimicking George Hackenschmidt's squat. If your hands are together behind your back, and I say, okay, now you have to cover your hamstrings with your calves. Now you're doing a true hack squat. Just like this, there's so much that can be gained within a single set of 100 reps on the true hack. But there's still one more way that I love to overload. And even though it's a theoretical question that will never happen because it's so easy to apply the earlier steps, if I can only do one exercise to still be able to dunk for as long into age as possible, it would actually be mimicking the Tom flat squat one leg at a time because that gives me exceptional body weight, strength, and balance between sides, but it has exact form. So now you get to elevate the heel some. You don't have to, but elevate it whatever it makes you feel most comfortable because we have a couple rules here. And unlike the reverse step up and the split squats, this motion is straight up and down. Reverse step up split squats are diagonal, so you get to load into the ankle. Now we're straight up and down, so you don't have that leverage to load into it. So you may need something to elevate the heel, but here's the rule. The back can't round, and the off foot has to stay behind this foot. So it stays like an actual squat here. See it? Now I'm actually loading this leg. And if you look from this side, you'll see that while the goal is 25 straight reps, we want our own body weight to feel so light, but check out how much it scales. You could get to the bottom and use that off foot. You could even use the off foot throughout the descent. So it's actually insane how much that scales from using the bottom foot throughout its potential range of motion versus not using it at all for 25 straight. But again, you kind of have, you could rest there between reps and just get to 25 until you could, obviously the most intense would be like maybe being able to like go slow down and explode up for 25 or something like that. So you see there's so much change within two freaking $2 cinder blocks and just putting a 5 kilo, about 11 pound plate. But I mean, you could use a small book right there. You see what I'm saying? That's why that's my number one, because you literally don't need anything to be so self-sufficient. And I could still do those other zero flows to warm up with literally nothing. So it's pretty cool that, in my estimation, you can get the world's greatest knee and lower body longevity with literally about $5.